Could the best vintage Rolex for most people also be the cheapest? Could it be the one that very few people are talking about? Could it be one that you don't see on the wrist very much? Could it be one that you feel comfortable wearing in major cities? Well, I'm here to make the case for this much underappreciated manual Rolex, the 6694. This is the Oysterdate. So it's not a automatic watch, hence the minimal text on the dial, which is another bonus here. It does have a date, which that's probably the only bit I don't like. See, the white classic Rolex date wheel is very stark contrast against the black dial and gilt indices. But this watch cost me about £2,000 and it's in great condition, as you can see. The case is thick, very little polishing happened here, thick lugs, great condition bezel. It's on a slightly more modern bracelet. So I think this is the, let's get the code for you. $78350. So it's quite a robust bracelet with the screws, so it's not a folded link or a rivet bracelet. It's still jangly, but it holds up very well. You can see here it's in good condition. So try and get one with this bracelet if you want to daily wear it. So it's a manual wind, and this puts people off, and I don't think it should, because it's actually quite a nice experience winding these watches every morning. Remind you to pause, maybe think about the day, and the winding you can hear, hopefully. Even if you can't, it's a very smooth considering the age. It takes about 20 winds every morning. Power reserve on these is about 36 hours for a, this is a 1981 model, which I think is in the best dial combo you can get. So it's the black dial with the gold indices and the gold hands. That's what really makes this look here. Very understated. And I like this, as I've said before in my videos. I wear a gold wedding ring. So if you have a bit of gold on the watch, that's very pleasing to my eyes. Another reason these are not that well loved is they're 34mm. But it's an Oyster case, right? So it doesn't wear like a 34mm Calatrava or a dress watch. It's pretty robust. You can see on my 16cm wrist, this is possibly the perfect size for a daily watch. A completely different animal to a 40mm Rolex super case, you know, completely different company from a different era. Even comparing these to the newer 34mm Oyster Perpetuals, they're much chunkier. These are very, very, get a good condition one of these. Great feeling on the wrist. See, this strap's taken a beating over the years, but it's still very little flex in it. But it has got some, you know, it's been worn, which is great to see. Nice crystal there, distorting the outside of the indices. Now this dial does have a bit of, if you were trying to sell the watch, you would say patina. I'd say moisture damage, but that would take us on a tangent of debating the comedy in the used watch market industry. I don't mind it because when you're like that, you can't see anything. And some people would say, yeah, it's going tropical, but maybe that might get worse over the years. Another reason these are great to wear, they just melt away on the wrist, is they don't have the bubbled up case back. Because of the manual movement, it's flat. Look how flat that case back is. Sits really flush. And when you pull it on your wrist, how thin that is on the wrist. And all of the Rolexes with the automatic movements, they bubble out down to your wrist. It's like wearing a flying saucer on your wrist, which you get used to, right? But this is just a, when I first wore this, I didn't realize, and it's a bit of a perk actually. You benefit from the manual wind. And of course, the true lug to lug here is there's no additional end links. These are not solid end links, with it being an older bracelet, so it further adds to the wearing experience. And this was even serviced before I bought it, and this thing doesn't miss a beat. It's a few seconds a day. All of the Rolex quality that you would want, and if you just want to wear a Rolex, ticks the box. Notice that I'm wearing the clasp the other way around, which is a bit weird. You put it on the wrist and go that way. I just find it sits better on my wrist, because you get a bit of a shorter strap at 6 o'clock. You still got the micro adjust. Obviously, you lose the easy link with an older watch like this, but that's fine. Now these watches, do go back to the early 70s. I think it was one of Rolex's longest running watches. I think perhaps the last manual watch they made. Maybe one of the Daytonas might have it beat. But it's if you wear this watch, you're not going to lose much money on it, and you're not going to worry about wearing it. Probably no one's going to notice it, because it just looks like a watch, right? It's not shouting, screaming. You do have the crown on the clasp, which is sometimes a bit of a giveaway. But this is a much better buy, in my opinion, than a modern 34mm Oyster Perpetual, which really have no soul in my experience. The modern Datejust I quite like, as you saw on another video I've got on the channel. But these Rolexes are still under the radar, and in today's watch market, you can't say that about many watches. A lot of people watching this video will be a similar age to me, so you might even get yourself a birthday version of one of these. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.